I'm excited.
All right. Good evening. We are live, so I'm excited. Thank you guys all again for joining in and tuning in to our weekly Girl Talk Thursday. Tonight's show is very special because we have a special guest, LuSundra Everett. And I'm going to be horrible with introducing you. So please don't feel bad if I say, please give us your introduction because, like I said, if you guys saw my emails, my Facebook post, she is just simply amazing. She
Oh,
is military mom, has two, awesome kids. We were just talking about the kids and reading. When it comes to personal development, video marketing, and all those different things, this girl is like definitely boss when it comes to that. So I've definitely have followed her from afar for like at least this like last year and a half, and just really have just seen your own personal transformation, seeing you grown, through your videos and following you on YouTube and all those different things. So I'm excited about what you're doing in your business, but not only that, how you are, encouraging and motivating so many others to go out there and, really be a better you, your
yeah.
daily motivation, everything. So I'm excited and stuff. So before we do that though, just a little bit, I guess. So it's like different, I guess, when we have like a guest, because usually our guest sometimes is like, if we have some technical difficulties, so we get to introduce ourselves. So for those of you, this is your first time, actually on Girl Talk Thursday. My name is Lakeisha Hankins, and I've actually partnered with my girl, my sister, my friend, Dr. Stephanie. Girl Talk Thursday was actually her brainchild, and she introduced, she asked me if I wanted to partner with her in this, and it's one of the best decisions I've made since like 2016. And we've had so much fun over the last month and a half now with doing these Girl Talk Thursdays. We've had the chance to be able to, have some awesome guests on here, some great conversations where it's just not all about business, but we're actually, having fun and actually learning at the same time. And the feedback has been incredible. So just really quick. So I'm a busy mom I have 4 girls. 2 of them are still at home. The older 2 are out of the home. So it's kind of like we started all over. We have one that's about to be 21. One just turned 20. I have a 12-year-old and one will be 11. So they definitely keep us busy. And pretty much I'm a passion strategist. I love working with women entrepreneurs, especially those busy moms who have kind of like put their goals and their dreams on hold, and just really helping them go out there, unleash their passion with, increasing their productivity. And also, what's the, I got to get this one liner down. We talked about this.
I'm doing mine in my head.
Increasing their profits and their productivity while unleashing their passions. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Stephanie so she can introduce herself, and then we can have some fun with LuSundra tonight.
Hi guys, I'm super excited. I do still feel like an outcast. I'm like the only one without the phone, but next week I'll be on it. But guys, Thursday, I'm Doc Steph. I just coined this today, but I coined myself as the monetizing queen. I work with women to, develop their business and learn how to profit off of their business, because so many people have a hard time building profit and just, scaling their business. So that's just basically my goal. I am the owner of Successful Power Women at Work, and Girl Talk Thursday, as Lakeisha started. It was like a small pilot last year, and it did get a lot of feedback. And I'm super excited that I partnered with my friend, my sis, and my coach, because she helped people like me. Like I'm her friend, but I'm like her client at the same time, because I'm a busy mom of 3. My middle child birthday is tomorrow, and she has like a long list of stuff to do, which is a little crazy. But I have a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old tomorrow, and a 3-year-old that rules them all. So that's basically it. I'm super excited about tonight. I'm excited to have LuSundra. She's just simply amazing. I can't wait to hear what she has to say about personal development, because I just really started, digging into personal development this past year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half. I got really deep into really learning myself and developing new habits and things like that. So I'm excited to hear what you got to say tonight, LuSundra. And, I'll give you the floor to introduce yourself and tell people what you're about.
Awesome. Well, first I have to say thank you so much for the opportunity to join you on Girl Talk Thursdays. And, usually about this time I'm knocking out because I'm an early riser. So if you've seen my posts, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. So 3:30 might be a struggle after this. But yeah, I kind of feel like a punk right now. I got a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they got grown people. They got 3 or 4 kids. I got my two, and I'm feeling like, okay, maybe my struggle is not that real. Okay. But,
Anything over two, I say is good.
but I am a mom of two. I have a boy and a girl. And I have been in business online since 2010, since 2010. And just because of that, because I am an Army wife. And if you know anything about the military, you know how often I move, you know how long my resume is, and it just got exhausting. So I was looking for something else. I was looking for a way that I could be at home for my family and also make money because I like having my own money. So, so I wish it was just as cute as I made that sound, but it has not been. It's definitely been an up and down journey which has gotten me to where I am. And, like Keisha mentioned, just over the last year and a half has been a really transformational period for me. So, I want to talk a little bit about that and just share where I've been, and it might just, resonate with some of you, um, because there's nothing special about any of us, but there's something special about all of us, meaning that the only thing that's going to separate you from the next person is a skill level, is a desire level, and all makes it sound so simple, right? Well, in a lot of cases, it is just that simple. But where we tend to get lost, and where I got lost is, especially when we go, come into the world of, of online marketing and building a business online. You have all of the noise, you have all of the people that are, the gurus, the 6-figure earners, the 7-figure earners. You got to do it this way, you got to do it that way, and then when it doesn't work, there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's what I experience. It's, doing, trying to do exactly what I'm told, but, it wasn't working. And so there's something wrong with me. Well, I got tired of people telling me there was something wrong with me. Okay, there's something wrong with me. Then what is the something? Right. It is not helpful for you to point out that I have some deficiency and not help me figure out how to fix it. Okay. So that is what, so that's what kind of got me. That is exactly what got me to where I am. So in August of 2014, in the middle of moving from California out here to Virginia, where I live now, I just stopped. I just got sassy and said, well, fine, I'm just not doing anything. And God said, finally, sit down somewhere, right? And so that was kind of a tough thing, but it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because then I went to work. I really went to work on studying about me, and I was reading and reading some more and reading some more. And yeah, you talk about reading. I got to the point where I was reading 2 books at a time, because they just happened to be so interconnected that I would read something over here, then, oh my gosh, I got to go read something over here. So it was feverish for a while. You talked about devouring books. That's where I was. And then, I guess in the coming out phase, the last thing I did was hire a coach. But at that time, let me tell you, when I tell you I was broken, but I still hired a coach. I had no idea how I was going to pay him. And I told him that. I told him that. And he said, we'll work it out. Okay. And it just so happened that I was able to pay him. And I really credit that to the grace of God, because, that is where I was really leaning for my source. I wasn't in, for the last 18 months, I have not been in, major profit mode, but just focused on having enough to pay the bills. because that's what I needed. I needed to sustain me and not really focus so much on making the money, but making the person capable of handling the things that I want. So that is where I am, and that's what led me to a better you print. Which is my new site. I'm still hanging up curtains and all of that stuff. And but that's what got me there, because it got to be towards the end of the year, and everybody's talking about, oh, we got a new blueprint for this, we got a blueprint, we got a roadmap, we got a this and another. And it just came to me, it's not the blueprint, it's the you print. It's the you got to look at you, because everything isn't for everybody, and you've got to figure out what's for you and be cool with that. Right. So I remember when I came online, I've always been a personal development person. People come to me to fix their problems. Right. I don't know why, it just is. It's not like I know everything. It's just, I just help dissect stuff. That's just what I do. That's just who I am. And so in coming online, it's okay, well, no, you got to teach marketing. You got to teach people how to make money and all of that stuff. And I didn't want to do that. But I also had nobody to show me how to do what I wanted to do. So that's where I started in, the making money online. And can I tell you, that was the most drudging, dreadful, 3 or 4 years of my life. Because, like you said, yeah, I can teach video marketing. I love making videos. As you can see, I love running my mouth. Right? That is my gift. The gift of gab that got me in trouble in elementary school, right?
And high school.
And high school, yes, goodness, sass and everything, right? But so I fell in love with video marketing because that was just, that just happened to be my wheelhouse, and it flowed with my personality. It flows with my personality. So, and so with that, I do love that, but all the other thing, I never want to teach anybody Facebook. I never want to teach anybody Twitter. Can I teach you those things? Yeah, but is it what I really want to do? No. So, but the thing about it is when you really get solid in who you are as a person, and understanding what your strengths and what your weaknesses are, and being able to operate in your strengths, then you can really share other people and help other people grow, right? Because a lot of us, we're in same businesses at some point or another, right?
Yes.
And I know for you, Lakeisha, I know you and I sell the same products. However, the connection that we have to people are completely different. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay with sharing what Lakeisha has to offer, because I know what I have to offer. And when you are not solid in who you are and what you are about, you'll find that hard, because you're thinking about, okay, well, if I share Lakeisha stuff on my wall, then I'm losing my business and all of that. You take all of that away when you become solid in who you are. And so that's where I am right now, is really helping people who were in that same cycle of failure as me, who keep hearing, okay, well, you're doing everything right and there's something wrong with you. I'm here to help you get solid in that, in who you are, so we can have that solid foundation and you can go anywhere from there.
Awesome.
And so that's what A Better You Print is all about.
Awesome. I mean,
I am so excited. Now, I know, Steph, you probably haven't worked with LuSundra before, but she looks really nice, right? She looks really nice. But when I say she kicks butt, she kicks butt. So, like, what you see online is, like, totally different when she is, like, coaching in her element. Because I worked with her when it was like, no, you need to stop doing some of this, and that. Like, she definitely calls you on your stuff. So definitely, like, I see like that military part. I was like, okay, she definitely kicks butt. So, with you.
But I love you though, right?
Yes, you do. You did it with love and stuff. But so, because like when you see, we always see an image online of what we think of someone. I'm like, oh, she looks really nice. She looks really nice. I've seen her videos. She has her stuff together. But coaching with her was a whole total new ball game. But it definitely helped because it really helped me get some structure and stuff, going in my business. And you're great at what you do because people come to you because you listen. You absolutely listen when people are, pouring out to you what's wrong and all those different what they're struggling with. You actually listen, and that even like shows like online, like in your personality and all those different things. So that is like how, that's one of the things I guess you use as your gift really to attract your ideal clients. So definitely, guys, if he's not, I think we all kick butt, but it would surprise you because I was like, she was like, this looks so nice. No, she kicked my butt, you guys. Yeah, but it helped. It helped so much and stuff. So, like I said, I'm just so excited just to see how much you have grown and stuff. Hey, Tim, welcome to the show.
Hey, Tim, and be remarkable. Hi, to answer your question, I'm a personal development specialist, and most recently, my studying has been in habits. And so I'm excited to share about that tonight. So if you've got a question about habits, definitely put them in the chat. And, just really anything else. I'm very open to what I share. And I just do better when I answer questions because I think that helps you better. I can ramble on for hours about, something, but nothing. But, just to make sure that you get what you need when you walk away from me. Because I think my gift too is I make people laugh at their pain. Just laugh while you're going through it. My husband is always telling me, you will find funny in everything. I mean, even at, just to give you an example, while it might sound morbid, my stepmother just passed in February. And, even though we were at the service, it was definitely a somber time, but my sister and I were up in the front row. I mean, we found stuff to laugh at. And she's, we're sitting up there listening to this choir, and I said, oh Lord, they sound like senior choir number 2. And next thing you know, my brother is dying. My sister is just dying out laughing. And so they're like, yeah, you need to be in a corner. I'm like, hey, I need to come with a warning label. That's just how I do, right?
Oh my gosh.
So when it comes down to, when it really comes down to figuring out who you are and what you're about, it really takes some work that only you can do. It's just that a lot of times we don't have the guide, right? We don't know the books to read. We don't know what to do with the information. And I think that's where we lose it, because we'll read a lot of books, but really never take the time to think about what we're reading. Right. And so, like you said, Lakeisha, you say, you always make me think. Yeah. Well, it is, over the last year, one of the things that has changed in me with the help of my coach, and my coach was Larry Beecham, y'all. Larry is just absolutely fabulous. Okay.
He had me in tears too. I had him as a coach at one time.
Yeah. Larry is absolutely awesome. Yes. But one of the things that I developed from working with him is really taking the time to read and think about what I just read. And the way I read now, and this might help you all, is to use the acronym SOAP, SOAP, right? And so the acronym SOAP stands for this. S is for subject. So what is it that you're reading about? Okay. O is for observation. What is it that the writer is saying to you? What are you getting from it? Okay. It might be literal. It might be figuratively, right? But, you're making the observations about what's going on. What are you getting from it? Okay. Then the A is the application part. How can you apply what you read to your life? Does it apply to you? How can you apply it? What is the application piece? Okay. And the P is twofold. If I'm reading scripture, the P is prayer. If I'm reading a book, the P is plan, right? Um, the plan part is now that I've gotten this subject, I've gotten what they're saying, I see how this applies to my life. What is the plan to implement?
Wow.
That's wonderful. So you just drop all the nuggets.
And so then when you're reading, you're not just gleaning over words, you're sitting there stopping to think and say, hmm, okay, and really taking the time to apply that to your life. And doing that has been great. Okay. Now the other major change that I made is at first I was the anti-journaler, right? Everybody talks about, oh, you need to journal, journal. I was like, oh, dude, I'd rather you break my fingers than journal, right? But once I started journaling, and this was the this was the trick that Larry gets you into, right? Because he says to read and email me every day. So, okay, fine. So I'm emailing him and emailing him. So it was about day 30, not even day 30. I said, he has me journaling every day. I said, okay, I could do this. I could do that. And so I found this great app I'm going to share with you guys. It's called the Journey app. Okay. The Journey app is just that, it's a journaling app, and this is a very delicious app. Okay. Even on the free version, it's fantastic. And the paid version, I think it's $3. I paid $3.12, I think, something, just ridiculously nominal. This is the best thing since sliced bread for me. Okay. Because I'm able to journal, and it's in my tablet, it's in my phone. So, so when I've read something, I can have my earbuds in and I can dictate my thoughts. And so it is not sitting there just writing and then I can't decipher my hieroglyphics when I'm done. I'm, I'm actually able to, I'm actually able to dictate what I want to say, and then I can go back and edit it later on. And it's really fantastic because, one, it's absolutely mobile. I'm not taking anything, but it also has this fabulous export function, right? So you can export it to up to, to your Google Drive, and all of these things that just makes it just so easy. So the Journey app is absolutely wonderful. And here's the other thing with that. Let's just say if you are, on your mobile device and you read a blog post or something, you can highlight what you want. You can share it to your Journey app and it'll capture all of that. So it's one of the most fantastic apps I have ever used in my life. And I am not an app junkie at all, but this one was really great and very useful for me. And now here's where it gets super sexy though. And okay, so first of all, I don't get anything if y'all go buy this app. I don't even know these people, but but I hope to know them at some point because this has just totally rocked my world. But the great thing about it is that you can tag your entries. So when I'm reading about habits, I'm reading different books and all of that, I can go back and read all of these entries and and be able to put all of this stuff together into a lot bigger picture. And that has helped me in such a tremendous way because everybody's got a little something different to say that really captures you, right? And so, if you are like me, totally anti-journaling, I highly recommend the Journey app. There's a free version that you can use, and the paid version is just off the chain. So,
all right, thank you so much for sharing.
That'll be my one tool.
I'm taking notes. I'm like, classes in session. Hope y'all came to learn.
I saw that you posted that school is in session.
Yes.
Yeah, girl.
Definitely want post them in the group.
Yes.
And stuff. Have I don't know if you have any questions, Steph.
I got one. I know it's a lot you've talked about, and I just love it. It's like a lot of points where I've been through as an entrepreneur. I'm sure Lakeisha's been through, But when you got to the point where you're just like, I'm letting go and letting God, like, how did you, maybe, let me see how I can put this. How did you actually get to that point, and when did you get to that awakening where I don't have to do anything? Let me just sit still and let God take over. How did you get exactly to that point?
Okay. So at this at this point, I'm gonna be very blunt because see, I like to be crystal clear, and so people, one, do not think I'm some perfectionist, and two, I am a Christian person, but I'm still in work. Okay.
Amen. Look,
So
I'm
so so I got to the point where I just said, fuck. I just
Mm-hmm.
I just had it up to here because I had that one more person that said, there's something wrong with your vision. There's something wrong with you. And I'm sitting here thinking, say that to me again, I'll punch you in your throat. Okay? That's where I am, right?
Like me. Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like,
you do.
like I'm really trying to keep my Christianity, but
Oh my God.
I ain't there yet. I am not even close to being the Pope right now. Okay.
Oh my
So
God. Like, I always say that. I'm like, I missed a few Sundays.
Listen, I call church my therapy, and I know that, I try to go I try to go on Sundays, but, I generally make it every other Sunday, and I know that I have to go bi-weekly because if I don't, something is going to happen. I need to,
but
it's my therapy appointment, and my husband knows it's therapy for me there. And, it helps, but I'm with
but to answer your question though, here's where I got to. It wasn't that I just, said, okay, you know what? I just need to be still. No, it was, look, dude, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. I have, followed all the instruction, I think, and I was just going back over my whole career. I was up all night, and then this is when I was working outside the home. So I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'd put my dinner on. I'd get my kids ready for school, and get them off. Then go to work, and then do the reverse and pick the kids up and get home and get them fed, get them in the bed, and then spend 4 hours on the internet, 4 or 5 hours. So I'm working off about 4 hours of sleep a night, right? And I got to be on this webinar. You got to be on that webinar. If you're serious about your business, you're going to do this. If you're serious about your business, you're going to do that. If they said if I was serious, I would do it. I did it. Okay. And it got to the point where I was exhausted. I was just totally exhausted. And then, I said, at the first time I reached exhaustion, I shut everything down for about 6 months. I was watching, but I just shut everything down. And, that was my first break. And so then when I said, okay, I'm ready to come back, then it was just more of the same. It was just more of the same. And then when I started seeing things that I really could not promote in integrity, and I'm like, I cannot do this. Like, I seriously I can't stomach this because, I'm not going to tell you because, see, I was not the one to say, go sell your car and go invest in a business. I was not that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was not the girl that was going to, no. That was just not me, and I could not get with that. And then, on the other hand, also the time commitments, right? And, and people, just different people that I was connected with, you need to do better. You got to do better. And I'm sitting here like, I only got 24 hours in a day. I can't get to go drop my kids off at my mama's house. The closest grandmama is, 1,500 miles away. It don't work like that. Or just get the neighbor down the street. Do you know your neighbor? How long have you lived in your neighborhood? I've been here for 5 minutes. I'm just gonna go drop my kids off at some what?
No.
I don't know if these kids smoke meth or what, and I'm just supposed to go leave my kids so I can come to some event for you? No.
Yeah. Mm.
And so, so then I and so then when we were transitioning out here, it was just the perfect time because I had a lull anyway, and I was doing something that was bringing in income, but I could do it that in a low key, in a low visibility kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to forget all of the appearances kind of stuff, right? The posting and all of that, even videos. I'm just going to just do my low key stuff and then work on this. And that's what I did. And at the same time, I, I really worked on my relationship with God. I said, okay, because we got to get this right.
Amen.
Because obviously I'm still missing something, right? And so I had already, since 2012, had been reading my Bible every day. I read every day. And so over since 2012 up until 2015, it took me 3 years. I wanted to read the Bible cover to cover.
Oh, wow.
So I took my time, and believe me, at first when I started, I'm sitting here going, holy cow, this is a lot of reading, right? But then I said, where is it going? It's not going anywhere. So just get started, right? And so that's what I did. And so that's where actually my habit for reading really started. And it started very small. I would read for 15 minutes a day, and wherever I got to is wherever I got to. And then from there, once you get in the Old Testament, if you hadn't read the Old Testament is good. Ooh, when you get in the Chronicles and stuff, you find out who trying to kill who. And you're like, shut. And you're like, shut up. Ain't that your brother? Oh, gosh. So if people say the Bible is boring, it is evidence that you have not read it. Okay. But so during that course of time, I was really working on my relationship with God anyway. And so it all came to a head in August of 2014, where I was just done. Like if I never have to be on another webinar again, I am cool. Right. That's where I was. And so during that time from August 2014, I started looking at my bookshelf and I'm saying, there's some books up here that people have said I should read. And I really need to break this sucker out, right? So, I started listening to different podcasts, and then I started reading Outwitting the Devil. That's what started this whole mess. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And from there, I read The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg.
Okay.
And then some of the stuff that Napoleon Hill was saying was kind of echoed in some of the stuff that Charles Duhigg was saying. So I am reading these two books simultaneously. My mind is blown. I cannot put them down. And, and I was sitting here going, holy cow. Just the whole, if my mouth was open for about 6 months.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
With just the stuff that was, that Napoleon Hill really, talked about, and Charles Duhigg talked about, and going, wow. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And just learning these things about me, why I do what I do. If you have ever listened to Jeffrey Combs, he says that almost every week. You got to know why you do what you do. And I was like, I'm so sick of you saying why you do what you do. But
That is so funny. That is so funny.
But but reading The Power of Habit, it really got to why you do what you do, to really start to question why you do what you do. And that's where the habits come in. See, okay, so let's get deep for a minute, y'all. We're going to get deep, but we ain't going to get too deep, okay? So a habit, right? A habit, when you think about how a habit works mentally, this is when you go, no way. All right. So here's what a habit is. Okay, you guys, you've been on a dirt road. You've seen a dirt road. If you have at least seen Little House on the Prairie, right? Okay. So when you have been on a dirt road and you've traveled a dirt road, you start to make a rut in the roads to the point where you don't even have to know where you're going. Just follow the rut. I mean, that's how um, our railroads our railroads were built after the wagon trails because of the ruts in the road, right? Because the railroads are about the width of wagon wheels from way back in the day, right? Okay, so when you think about a habit is, here's where it gets really cute. A habit is a neural pathway that has been driven into your mind, which is essentially a rut in the dirt road of your mind. That's what a habit is. See, when you form a habit, your brain essentially goes to sleep. It doesn't have to wake up for this anymore. We've done this. We don't have to wake up for this. We don't have to wake up to brush your teeth. You know how to do that. We don't have to wake up for you to walk. Because you think about when you first learned how to drive a car, right? You were overcompensating and all of that stuff until you figured it out. Now you get in, crank that baby up, you wind up at work and you don't even know how you got there
Mm-hmm.
because it's a neural pathway. It's a rut in the dirt road of your mind, is what a habit is. To the point where you do these things, and then when you stop to ask, why are you doing this? Then your brain says, oh, you talking to me? Right? So that's what a habit is. And then when you start to question, why do when you leave your house, why do you always turn right instead of left? Is there a specific reason you turn right instead of left? Why do you brush your teeth on the right side first versus the left side? Why do you put your right shoe on first versus your left shoe? So when you start to ask questions about why you do the things that you do, that's when you can really start to affect change. So somebody said, say that again. I'm not sure what. But so when you look at a habit mentally, a habit is just that. It is a rut in the dirt road of your mind. So what happens when you try to come out of a rut? You're going to hit a bump.
Let me see what it said.
Okay. So when you hit that bump coming out of the rut, that's your brain going, whoa, we're doing something different. Huh, I need to pay attention. So that's where the habit change comes in. That's why it can be rather, it's not just, oh, I'm just going to start something new, because your brain has already said, okay, this is how we go from point A to point B. Why are we going over here?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when we're talking about habit change, you're carving a new path in your mind. And that's why it takes time to do. The old rut is still there. The old habit is not going away. You're just carving a new path to something new.
I love that. I like that idea that the old habit is not going away, but you're carving the path to something new. Because, being that I just started developing these little new habits, well, you've been reading the Bible every day for 3 years. I just started my habit of doing, reading the Bible and meditating, even though I go back and forth with the meditating, but I definitely read the Bible every day and read motivational book every day. And I spend about 15 minutes doing it. And so, but it's good because I always wonder, I know it's probably weird, but I do wonder what happened to some of my bad habits. But when you carve that new path, you forget about the bad habits. And like some things that I really wanted to, that I started focusing on is, developing good habits. And I didn't focus on getting rid of the bad habits. So, how people are like, I got to stop doing this and stuff. I just, did exactly what you said. Just carve that new road, that new path in your head. We have a question from Dion, which is, what advice would you give someone launching a startup business venture?
Okay. There's a couple of things. One, be sure of who you are. Be sure of who you are and what you are about. And two, don't be afraid to screw up.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to screw up, because that's how we learn. We grow up in a society that failure is bad, right? But it's only bad if you don't learn from it.
Mhm.
And and understand that all of the detours and all of the stuff that happens, it only makes you better. It really does. When you go through some stuff and and you overcome that, then it becomes what I call your emotional measuring stick, right? Because see, we've all gone through some stuff. We've all gone through that one thing that you said, if I survive this, I can survive anything. That's your measuring stick, right? For me, some for those of you who don't know, way back in my 20s, I had a little girl and she died from SIDS. She was 3 months old. And that was the 5 years after that was a very dark time in my life. But when I came out of that, that became my measuring stick. There is nothing now. Like, to me, everything else is child's play. If I survive that, I can survive anything. So, you can bring your best. I got you. It might take me a minute to whoop you, but I'm gonna do it because because I've already survived what I believe is the worst thing that could happen to me. So you've got to have that that measuring stick that says, hey, if I did this, this is nothing.
I love that advice, man. And it's so simple and to the point, but I think that people, when it's simple, it's hard for them to follow it. They think it's more than that. And why do you think that happens to people? Like, why do you think that people feel like it's more than that?
Because you feel like you gotta have a cape. Everybody feels like we gotta have a cape, like dun dun dun. I am Superman, and I have leapt tall buildings in a single bound. I have, it's like Superman. He deflects bullets with his chest, but he ducks when they throw a gun. Like, did you ever watch that in the Superman cartoons?
Yes.
Yes.
But and there's so many stories about that in the Bible. What's his name? I think his name was Naaman. He went to be healed, right? And the prophet told him to go wash yourself 7 times in the river. And he was like, I ain't going to wash in this muddy water. And his servant said, if he'd have told you to go do something great, you'd have been all over it. But he's telling you just to go dunk in this river 7 times. What is your problem? But because it is so simple, it's simple, but it requires a lot of discipline. Because it's, read, study, pray. It's simple.
Yeah.
Right.
You mean I got to do it every day though?
Consistency.
Yeah, every day. Yeah. And so, so when we talk about, habits and where people fail in habits is they try to change the whole kit and caboodle at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says, "Oh, LuSundra, you're so organized and you're so this and you that." No, not exactly. It's in certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in certain things, and that's where we have to get to. And when you're talking about habit change, one of the things that Charles Duhigg talked about was the keystone habit. It's the one thing that you change in your life that it winds up changing everything else in your life as well. And so for me, the habit of reading my Bible every day really transcended into just reading every day. And then like people try to, read it on Kindle. I can't. I need the
Yeah,
book. I need to highlight.
feel it. Like,
I
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta tab stuff. I gotta highlight. I gotta draw squigglies.
Mhm.
But that's what it is. It's that consistency, and I think where we go wrong is we feel like we have to be disciplined in all things. Nobody's ever going to be disciplined in all things. Nobody. So it's just discipline when you need it.
Mhm.
you know and so I might be like my husband. While I am disciplined in some things, I'm the more spontaneous person. And so I'll get up and be like, we got time, let's go somewhere, let's go Kings Dominion, holla, let's get in the car, we wake up, boom, we gone. And my husband like, did you check to see if we had gas in the car? We got a credit card, dude, we on the way, we good.
Yep.
Like, did you check the weather? We can check it on the way. We can buy umbrellas. What? Like,
no, I know what you mean. Yep, that's me.
So I'm really the more spontaneous person when it comes to just living. And I've had to learn how to slow down because he's pulling me back, going, no, can we sit down for a minute?
Yep.
So that side of me is very spontaneous, but that I've found that's one thing. And I just try not to break the chain, just keep reading. I mean, I enjoy sharing what I have learned, and just really hope it inspires and educates somebody else and helps them become better. Just like you said, Lakeisha, just to think a little bit.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Somehow my headphones came unplugged. I was sitting here and I was like, gosh, I can hear her really loud. And I took the headphones off. I was like, oh, it's coming out of the computer. So I was trying to plug them back in that you guys that it might go, blank or so. But yes, I'm excited. I actually have that book. I don't think I actually finished reading it, but I just got excited a second ago because I was like, I found a little note card in there. So I did take some notes at one point. So when you said keep going, I was like, focus on one. Yes. I was like all excited. But that's one of the, like you said, how people would be like, oh, we've all been in, like, I guess in the same industry where it's like, okay, you got to have this book, you got to have that book. So I have like so many that got to have this book, got to have that book. So I know I have the Napoleon Hill one too. But again, it's one of those ones I haven't actually finished reading. So I've told myself no, I'm not buying no more books until I catch up.
Yeah. That's my thing too. I'm not buying any more books until I get done with the ones that I have. And I think that I started this new habit I think I'm addicted to biblical motivational books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to get started with the other books, just the motivational books or just the informational books. But I just end up skimming through those things like 1, 2, 3, and I really want to take it, page by page by page. So I got to fit in time in my schedule to really, get in that book time too. And speaking of time, what's your schedule like? I know you're busy. You're a busy, wife and and stuff. So how do you balance?
I don't. There's no such thing as balance. So, like right now, this is a time of my life where I am out of balance, but I really was not expecting to be. So the story behind that is one of the things I always wanted to do was learn how to prepare taxes. And so the opportunity came for me to learn, and I was like, boom, jumped on it, right? I had no idea how time consuming that really is.
I didn't do it this year.
Holy cow, had no idea. But the experience though is invaluable because the owner of the franchise is very giving with information. I think it took him about 4 weeks to figure out I had my own agenda. And so, he started asking me some questions. He's like, so what do you think about this? And he's like, mm-hmm. So I think I got to told on myself, right? Because see, I was just there playing dumb. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Me everything.
Just soaking it up, right? And so then I want to say what a week ago, he's like, yeah. So can you make the schedule for the week, and can you do this? So right now he's just been gone for 2 weeks. Like, yeah, handle it.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Okay, I was not.
He
I
got
didn't
the
see
right
that
person
coming.
in charge.
I didn't see that coming. That was not the expectation at all. So, so the one of the things is, gosh, build your community, right? You need to have people that you can call on, and other moms and dads that can really that can be there in the emergency. Hey, can you pick up my kid from school because I'm not going to make it? And so building the community is huge. And still some of the things that I used to do: make your dinner in the morning, put it in a slow cooker, plan your meals for the week, and always have those go-to type meals that mine is shrimp Alfredo and broccoli. I have shrimp Alfredo sauce noodles and broccoli. Boom.
Wow, that's a good one.
Dinner at 20. Okay.
No, that's a good. My go-to meal is Little Caesars around the corner. Like, go to
that was today.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, just planning those meals. And I have I have a system. I have a schedule. I'm usually up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm working out by 4:30, 5 o'clock, depending on if I'm waiting for my husband or not. If I'm not waiting for my husband, I'm working out at 4:30. If I'm waiting for him, it's 5:15, 5:30. Get yourself down the stairs so we can work out. Right?
That's so funny.
So I really do have a rather regimented schedule to help me, get through the morning. And I still have the get in the car, get in the car before I choke you out. You go to school every day. Get in the car.
I go put out my son every morning. I don't want to go to school. It's like, you've been in school for over 100 days now. We're going to school. What's the problem, right? Like, I get it.
Yeah. And so definitely Sunday nights is planning. I have my kids, they have their outfits ready for the week. We check the weather and, all those things. So it's just pick them up, put them on. I don't want to hear, does this match? No, those are Sunday night conversations.
The flashback of my coaching sessions.
Like, yeah, those are Sunday night conversations. You will look like Rainbow Bright. I do not care. This is not a Monday morning. No, we don't, so right now it's starting to warm up and can we wear shorts? No, we do not wear shorts in any month that has an R in it. If it has an R there, we will not wear shorts.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the summer months don't have an R in it. Well, May doesn't either, May, June. Now you guys over here thinking, that's your time. Wait.
Yeah, so that makes the shorts argument very simple. I'm sorry, what month? It's March. No, what sound does R make?
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
So so just having those mini systems in place is so key. And then that part of my life is very organized. And then if you can see my desk right now, you'd be looking at me like you need your own coaching right now.
Girl, I just said to myself, I need to clean off my desk. That was a new habit that I tried to develop, of cleaning off my desk every single day. But some days, it's true. Some days you just get tired. You don't feel like doing anything, so you keep it at a bare minimum.
And then as moms, we don't always get to complete our thought because there's always that shrill, yes, and then you got to go figure out who's dying, who, broke a nail, who, stubbed their toe, or, did something great and wonderful that they want you to see, So, Yeah. So I've kind of given myself a little bit of grace on that, and I think that's what we have to do as well, is learn to give ourselves some grace, because we, especially as women, because we are normally the primary caretakers of the family, whether we have jobs outside the home, whether we have businesses at home, we are still the caretakers of the family, and so family comes first. Right, the kid gets sick at school, they're calling their mama. That's what I posted that the other day. It's like, when my kids get sick next time, I want them to call their father.
Yeah.
I want them to want their dad.
Yeah, please.
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 Pretty please want your dad.
Pretty please. Pretty please. Oh
Just
my God.
want your dad. Can you please do that? Right. So, and that's why it's important for us to do the reading, to do the meditating, because that's what helps your brain to slow down a little bit, because we always have a million things running in our heads, because if your husband is anything like mine, it's, can you remind me to do this? Can you remind me to do that? And I got to the point where I told my husband, I will remind you that there is a whiteboard on the refrigerator. I will remind you to write it down, because your brain was not meant to be a storage place. It is a processing center. It is not a storage place, right?
Wow.
So,
Like that.
I like that too.
If you want me to remember to get you razors from CVS, then I need for you to write it down.
Yep. I'm writing that down. Wait.
Mary Kay Ash said, a short pencil is better than a long memory.
Mm-hmm. I like that. All right.
Mary Kay Ash.
Down.
That's fun. It was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's almost been.
It's almost 10 o'clock.
I know, it's so awesome. I've had such a good time. But we keep the show at an hour.
Yeah. Plus, I know you got to get up. She over the probably like, oh Lord. So, how can we connect with you? Like outside on, like, what's the best way for our watchers?
You know what? My playground has really been Facebook and Instagram. I post my messages there every day. I'm really, and of course on YouTube. I'm LuSundra Everett everywhere. Right.
Okay. Awesome.
I'm LuSundra Everett everywhere.
Your personal page, or do you have a fan?
It's LuSundra Everett. Either LuSundra Everett is my fan page, or LuSundra is my Facebook page. So follow LuSundra, LuSundra.
Okay.
Nice.
And so I'm really excited. I was telling you guys last night. So I finished a new manuscript. I'm so very excited. And it's called Awake. It's the 5 Steps to Habit Change. And it's a short read. And so I'm going to be putting that up in the group. So if you ain't in the group, you better get there, because you won't get it if you ain't there.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to make sure you guys are in the group. So let me make sure I'm in the group.
So I mean, it's so new. It's not even cute. I told y'all I did. I put a border around it.
Aww.
That's about as far as I go. Hey, I operate in my strengths, and my strength is not graphics.
Yes, I'm with you there too. So I'm like,
Keisha, you are good with graphics.
You are.
I see something else and get inspiration from that, but for me to just sit out there and try to think of, like, come up with a graphic, no. Like, I have to see something else and okay, I can do that. And all those ones, like, you see like the tree house, and then you can, like, okay, looking at the tree house, I can draw the tree house from looking at it. That's how I am, so I can create some stuff from there. And
still better than me. I'll still be stuck at the tree house looking at it, like processing it in the brain. Like, where do I go?
No. See, me, I'll be looking at the tree house and like, Lakeisha, can you draw the tree house?
Exactly.
Can you draw 2 of them? Right? Can you put mine on? Can I look? I'll pay you. Send me an invoice. I'll pay you.
I'm there with you on that. I'm like, outsource that.
Oh my God.
Gosh, and you know what? And that's the other thing too. I think that when it comes down to investing in ourselves, where let me tell you where it's gone wrong and where we can get it right.
Ooh,
Where where
listen.
it, where it's gone wrong is that, we see the gurus, right? We see the ones that have, ooh, we've made all this money, we've done all these great and wonderful things, right? Which is totally, totally awesome. But the problem is if they can't reach you where you are, if they cannot meet you where you are, then they cannot help you. Okay. That's the one thing that Jesus did. Jesus didn't say, come to me. He went to where the people were. He met them where they were.
Oh,
Okay.
in my
Where did
spirit.
he where did he saw Zacchaeus in the tree? Zacchaeus, bring your short little fat self down here. We going over to your house for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Zacchaeus was the tax collector. You were at the bottom rung of sinners. If you was the Jewish tax collector, you a Jew and you work for the Roman Empire and you collect our money. And then here is Jesus. He's going over to Zacchaeus' house for dinner and staying over. I did a post about this. I said, that's like the Pope going to Hugh Hefner's house. That ain't real cute,
Right.
right? Because you've got all of these other ministers, right? You got Joel Osteen, you got TD Jakes. He could go to one of
Yeah.
their house, right? But that's not what Jesus did. He went to where they were. So when you are talking about investing in yourself, investing in a coach, you've got to have somebody that's going to meet you where you are to help take you to where you want to go. You can't have a coach that's saying, come over here, come over here, come over here, when you don't know how to get there.
Mm-hmm.
You telling me to come, to some restaurant that's real cute, but if I don't know how to get there, how am I get there?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if you tell me go down to Route 1, hang a left, and okay, now we got some direction.
Yep.
So that's where we've gone wrong. We've listened to the gurus say, come over here, come over here, come over here, but you don't know how to get there. So that hasn't worked for you. So you need to whenever you're talking to somebody, whenever you're and hire a coach. Don't be afraid to hire a coach. Just be afraid of hiring the wrong coach.
Mm-hmm.
The right coach is going to be able to meet you where you are and be able to relate to where you are. And so that's what's key.
Wow.
Absolutely.
And she drops the mic. No. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it. Guys, this has been a real amazing Girl Talk Thursday. I mean, she has just dropped so many nuggets. I mean, the look at the notes.
That make me feel so good. Like I know some stuff. Right?
You do. I posted some great things in the group. She talked about being true to yourself, knowing who you are, and I mean, setting up your systems, things like that. So this was truly an amazing night, and it's my main thing because I love personal development. You guys, please be sure to be in touch with LuSundra because she is full of knowledge. The walking library, it's behind her. The library's behind her. But it's simply amazing. And we really thank you. I'll let you say some words, Lakeisha, and I guess we'll be out after that.
Yes, I just want to thank you again for, joining us on the show tonight. And you are welcome to come back anytime. I have truly, definitely enjoyed this. Answered my questions. I didn't even have to ask my questions. I was like, what book would you recommend? We got 2 books, out of tonight's session. Actually 3. We got the Bible.
Yes.
We got Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil, and The Power of Habit.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited and learned a new acronym. So I'll definitely be using the SOAP when I'm reading stuff, and that is going to help me in so many different ways, like in life and in business in general and stuff. So absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing all that you have tonight. And then guys, if you are not, you want to make sure you join us in the group because you want to be able to get access to her giveaway that she's going to be posting in the group. So you want to join us there. And I've also posted her link so that you guys can reach out and connect with her as well on Facebook. and stuff.
Yeah, and I actually do respond to my messages. A lot of people message me on my fan page or whatever, and it's like, "Oh wow, you do respond." Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there's no assistant that answers my messages or anything. Although I am in the market for a VA, I do realize that I need one, right?
That's bad.
So yeah, but yeah, it's just if you and really, what you see is what you get with me. Well, not
No.
according to Lakeisha, but
Don't
what
let
I'm
that
saying is. But what
get
I'm really
bored.
trying to say is, no, I'm a human being and I get it, right? And that's what important. So I don't want people to say, "Oh, she's up there on Blab, we cannot talk to her." No, shoot me a message too.
And that's what I love about Black though too, because people actually get to see you. Like, and that's what I loved
Yeah.
about your stuff, So, because people see through that. If they have discernment, like I have the gift of discernment, they see through that. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is a mom who knows her stuff and who truly cares about, not only her success but other people's success and how they're doing on, a spiritual and how they're growing in life. So people see right on through that.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
good people.
Oh, thank you. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. All right, ladies. Well, you all have a fantastic night, and I'm going to shut up and let you close out your own show.
You did good. I was like, oh man, I was like, okay, we're out.
Oh gosh. Well, all right, Girl Talk fans. Thank you guys so much for joining. We love you all. Can't wait to see you next Thursday. You guys have a good night. A peace sign.
Good night.
Good night, guys.